This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoots Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
That's right, you tuned in to another episode of the Viewers Anonymous podcast where we give you our very own reviews and takes of movies and TV straight out of Hollywood. What's going on with you, bro?
Man, can't call it, man. Just another day trying to survive out here in these streets, man. But how you feeling? Everything good with you?
Yeah, man. Honestly, I have no complaints, bro. Enjoying all of this fun stuff out here that's going on right now. Enjoying my new Xbox and playing two dope ass games. Um, Playing Gotham Knights, you know what I'm saying,
Okay.
and playing that Hogwarts Legacy. Man, I'm out here getting my Harry Potter on.
Oh man, that's what's up. I ain't mad
Yeah,
at it.
man, shit is fun as hell.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. You in them games, but you be gaming.
Always, man, always. If I don't, man, I had to be out here doing stuff that I really don't be wanting to do. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with people that I don't want to deal with, man. It's a lot easier to, just get on the video game and talk to your people. And now I'm super excited because I gave my old Xbox to my son, and so now what I'm saying, I can game with them and do stuff with them when they ain't here. So they super excited about that. So we've been
Shoot,
having some
that's what's up.
pretty good fun.
That's what's up, man. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all.
So man, this is one of those ones that you know, we I don't think we even really took a long time to even decide whether or not to do this one.
We didn't.
I think I think this is one of those ones like, what I'm saying, as soon as we both watched it, what I'm saying, I heard from you first, you was the first one to watch it, and you was telling me like, man, it ain't that bad, you can check it out. And I'm like, all right, man, I'm gonna check it out. Cause it's been a bunch of negative reviews about this one. And usually when you hear negative reviews, especially about um these types of movies and stuff, it's never a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Usually the consensus is kind of right, but this time around, man, I don't know. I think the people may be tripping on this one, man. So, of course, we guys are talking about the reboot of House Party, the one that came out in 2023, starring Jacob Lattimore and it's
Cold.
Tosin
Toasting
Cole.
cold.
Yep, Tosin Cole. So, first initial thoughts after watching this movie, you know what I'm saying? How was you feeling about it? What did you think of this joint?
Okay, like I'm gonna piggyback off of what you were saying. Like the very first thing I heard was people was like, "Yo, like this movie ain't no good. I should have left it alone. It was trash and all this type shit." And I'm like, "All right, I'm a person who I never really take like people's opinions that sway me on or off something." So I was like,
Hmm.
"I'm definitely gonna watch it." So I watched it and I'm like, "Okay, I don't get why people were so upset." But I will say this though. The one thing that would have made this movie a whole lot better if they were just like, yo, this new movie party promoters, pay homage to House Party. You know what I'm saying? Like if this movie
Yeah.
would have been called Party Promoters, then it I don't think it would have got negative reviews. I think the fact of when we think about House Party and what House Party meant when it came out, and like how it was just instantly a classic, in certain cultures, I think that people was like, yo, this is a movie that shouldn't have been touched. And
Hmm.
I get that, but at the same time, they put their own spin on it. They pay homage in certain parts, where they kept it where they kept that um the originality of it as far as like doing the whole little dance scene, you know what I'm saying? And they did the kid and
Yeah,
play dance where they did the foot dance joint. You know, like there are certain things, the three bullies, you know what I'm saying? They was really the new age full force, of what they
yeah.
played. And like so I see some of those things that also paid homage to Belly in there in the middle, which I thought was dope as hell.
I
But
agree.
I don't know, man. I don't know why, because this movie had tons of funny moments, man. And I know it didn't follow the original format of what House Party was, but they gave their
Hmm.
own spin on it from a new age. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
what was like, I don't know, man. I just don't feel like the negative press and the negative reviews that it got, I don't think it was really deserving. But I do think that most, in my opinion, I think most of the negative energy that's coming from this movie is because they didn't quote unquote follow the format of House Party. They just took a few things from the original House Party and they just named it House Party. What you think?
Um, I do agree with you. I think that it should have been. Um, I think even if they would have named it House Party, but like gave it a subtitle of like you said, Party Promoters or whatever the case may be, and just made it an additional movie in the series. I think that would have been a lot better to to redo the movie and then put that modern, touch on it. Well, it wasn't really a bad idea. Um,
Hmm.
I think that like even if they would have did like a scene where the two lead characters were sitting at the house and they trying to think of how to promote this next party and what we gonna do, and then they end up watching one of the house party movies, and was like, yo, we should take this idea, do a pajama jammy jam. And then as they
Hmm.
did that, have Kid and Play come out perform something like that. Like, would it be cheesy? More than likely, yes. But I think people, especially that are fans of the original House Party and House Party 2, I think that they would have respected it a lot more than what they did with this one. Now this one, don't get me wrong, this one was great. My only problem that I had with it was that it was like the story just didn't didn't get there for me. So like one minute, you got these guys talking about this party and some things that happen at an older party or whatever. And then next thing you know, they going to clean up a house, and then like in the midst of cleaning up a house, they figure out it's LeBron James' house, and they like, yeah, we gonna throw the party here. And then like they got access to all of this stuff that LeBron got and all this. Like it was way too the story for me was way too open and too microwave. But for what it was, because it was, a comedy, they did a great job with putting the laughs in there, right? So,
Hmm.
the the the, the main characters were funny. Um, even though old girl, I don't know where she came in at, like, cause I don't remember seeing her at all in the beginning, but then like she just popped up. Like I remember them mentioning her name, but then she popped up. And him having the the googly eyes for her and shit. He kind of had the crush on her, or whatever. So I thought that was, that was all right. Um, what is dude's name, man? What's Token's character's name?
Demond. You know what I'm
The
saying? In
it's French.
French.
Yeah, it's French. But nah, like so Demond, right? I think to me he actually carried the movie.
Oh, definitely.
Um, Jacob Lattimore's character, of course, I know he's like the main focus, but Demond really carried the movie because he was the, the free spirited, go getting guy. Like all the antics was because of him. Everything was gonna be because of him, and I appreciated that. I even appreciated them adding DC in there as, you know what I'm saying, like that third wing, like the DJ, you know what I'm saying, of it all. But at the same time, it was just like I think we needed to see them hanging out with each other before the, you know what I'm saying, before the party, so we can kind of get a gist of what their relationship was like. You know what I'm saying? Or at least give us a
Yeah.
flashback of all them hanging out and then starting the party thing and then, you know what I'm saying, DC messing up the party beforehand or whatever. Which I thought was, I mean, that was cool too. His, to me, him getting high in the back house was hilarious as fuck to me when he was talking about he was a time traveler. Genius. I thought that shit was funny as fuck. And that motherfucker walked off. It was like to 1985. That shit had me crying. Um, that shit was funny as fuck. I thought it was dope. On the other hand, though, to see all of the social media influencers getting their chance to get on the big screen, I thought that
Hmm.
was super dope because, like, you know what I'm saying, we know how hard it is to put content together and put it out, and you know what I'm saying, and to make sure that it's at some type of quality for people to be able to consume it. We don't go half as hard as they do. They actually, you know what I'm saying, they shooting Lord knows how many hours a day, you know what I'm saying, 6 to 7 days a week sometimes. Sometimes they all go in on a house and shoot content in one house. Like these dudes really put in work. So to actually see them getting their chance on the big screen and actually seeing them getting chances to, you know what I'm saying, actually have real roles like Haha Davis, him being the dude selling t-shirts and shit on the street. I thought that was, you know what I'm saying, that was great. DC coming from that background of being a social media influencer. I thought that was great. You know what I'm saying, you seen like Hi My Name Is T, you seen Drewski in there. I feel like Drewski should have had a little bit more of a role in that one. I thought what he did was funny too. Even though he had like a quick 10 seconds, but I think overall the movie was funny. I think the movie was good. I would definitely watch it again. You know what I'm saying? It's not one of those like one and done for me. It's one of the ones I definitely, you know what I'm saying, like if I ain't got nothing to do and I'm just kicking back, I definitely, you know what I'm saying, turn that on and vibe to that. And then for the most part, like I appreciate it because it was giving like all of these new actors and actresses, you know what I'm saying, a chance to shine. Like how many times are we gonna see the same actors in the same movie? And then, you know what I'm saying, then they get in the new movie that's coming out and then they got the role. Well, you know what I'm saying? So like for me I felt like even though it was a reboot, you know what I'm saying, the torch kinda got passed, they was able to, um they was able to get some new fresh faces in there who we probably gonna be seeing a lot more of, which I am super excited about that because I don't think there was really any bad acting in the movie. And then last but not least, Kid Cudi. I mean, well, I'm not gonna say last but not least, Kid Cudi. He did an amazing job, but now last but not least, LeBron James. I think that we got to start giving LeBron credit for his comedy. We really do. Because he has a funny bone, bro. I don't know if you know what I'm saying it's all the way there yet, but if anybody watched this movie and did not laugh at that fucking hologram, you are out your fucking
Yeah.
mind, bro. You don't know nothing about comedy. You don't got no funny bone in you. You might not even have a pulse. To hear him saying that shit that he said, bro, in that hologram was hilarious. I thought that was genius. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even him coming in, like, you know what I'm saying, trying to play the serious role. You could tell he couldn't play the serious role.
Yeah.
You could tell
Yeah.
like they
He's
laughed a lot in that on that scene. That I wonder how many
yeah.
times they actually shot that.
Yeah, because look, if we're talking acting, like look, LeBron, you the GOAT, but you the GOAT in basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
you can't be great at everything. But the hologram joint was funny. But Demond made it so funny because when he was sitting there, like the hologram went off, he was like he said, the decision was a great idea, or something like that. Demond say,
Yeah,
cap.
yeah.
Hey, but that shit was funny. And then when they was looking at the ring, when the ring got stolen,
Yeah.
he said, hold on. He said, was it the Miami ring? Because he didn't deserve that shit.
But see, that's what
I
I'm
was like,
saying,
yo.
man. Like that's the type of shit that I'm talking about. Like, even though, you know what I'm saying, like people was down in this movie, bro. I feel like there was a lot of parts in this movie, man, that you were gonna laugh at. Like it was some extremely funny parts in the movie. Like, what to me, one of the most underrated funny parts in the movie is when the party started getting crazy and Jacob Lattimore is going up there to look for him, right? And he
Mhm.
find him in LeBron room or whatever, and he rolling up, and he got the two girls in there. Shout out to How My Name Is T, by the way, too. She was one of the girls in that one. But you know what I'm saying? They in the room or whatever, and they start arguing. So the girls get up and they go over there by the thing, and old girl was stealing the jewelry, but she stopped. So they, you know what I'm saying, they sitting back like with the scared face watching these two niggas argue. So she was like, can I have my clothes? So he picked their clothes up and threw them hard as fuck. So they continue to argue. So right after they get done arguing, they walk past, the girls walk past to walk out. She was like, he just looked at her like, damn. And then they both look. He was like, don't act like you don't see all that ass. You know you. Even even after they start arguing, like, bro, that to me that was one of the most underrated funny scenes in the movie, bro. Because like just that whole sequence of events, not only was that some shit that really probably could happen, but just the fact that everything in that was just like, if you ain't never got into it with, you know what I'm saying, with your dude in front of some females, and like they just was like, man, what the fuck is going on here? And they thought shit was about to go down. Like, I've been in that position, and I can tell you, but that's 100% how it would definitely go. But I thought they did a great job in that one. That was a very underrated scene, man. What was some of your
Man,
favorite moments though?
yo, I mean, obviously, you know where I'm going first. At the very beginning of the movie, you know what I'm saying? When
Hmm.
Auntie came and bust up in the room to wake the mind up. I'm talking about her. I don't know who she is. That whole scene was fucking funny. Cause she was
Yeah.
like, she went in there, she hit his ass with like a wrench or something. And she was like, you know, told him to get his ass up. And she was like, and you better have rent. She was like, you ain't pay last month rent either. You know, she was like, I see why your mama kicked you out. And he was, and she was like, see, you wouldn't, if you wouldn't been partying all night clubbing, you would, oh, what she said? She said, if you wasn't out there clubbing, you know, you would have money for rent. He was like, I'm not clubbing. He was like, I'm a club. He was like, I'm a party promoter. And she was like, so you was, she said, so you telling me you was at the club and you wasn't making no money? She said, that's clubbing. She said, oh, let me guess, it's a non-profit. I was, yo, when she said it's a non-profit, I was like, oh my God. And he was like, look, man, he was like, they my social media followers. She's like, oh, you got followers, huh? She said, you want to know who got followers? Jesus. Hey, and then she said, hey, well, when she walked out that room and slammed that door, she said, somebody fucking the onion in here. I was like, yo, but that shit had me crying, laughing. But I'm talking about, hey, but I love Auntie, but that shit was funny. And she was like, get your ass up. She was like, I'm getting my gun. He's like, all right, I'm up. Yeah, that shit was hilarious, bro. And then I love the part when the dudes rolled up on ah man, what's his fucking name? When they rolled up on Kevin when he was putting his daughter in the car, and
Yeah.
so Rotimi and all them got out the car, and so he was like, man, I'm kicking y'all out the party. He was like, hey, let me handle this. Kicking you out the party. He was like, man, he just said it. He was like, he said, yo, I'm gonna stick this straw up. He was like something about I'm gonna stick this straw up your ass and suck out.
Oh yeah, on the you talking about on the bloopers.
Yeah, no, this one was in it. This one was in
Oh, you
it,
talking
and
about the
then
actual
like,
scene? I thought the
yeah,
bloopers. The
the
bloopers
blooper
though,
one was the
bro.
funniest one. That was the funniest one.
Man,
No,
you
I
talking
like when he took
about
him to the
straight
side.
comedy, bro.
Yeah, that's comedy. I like when my man took him to the side. He was like, "Look, man, your threats, man, you be putting too much sauce on them." I'm sorry, but yo, if y'all didn't think this shit was funny, like I don't know what's going on in your brain. This shit was fucking hilarious, but and
Absolutely.
then like the whole Cuddy joint when my man went over there and he was like, oh shit. He's like, Kid Cuddy in here. He's like, yo, I'm your biggest fan. He's like, yo, like when I say I'm your biggest fan, he's like, yo, I ain't talking about day and night. He said, I'm talking about your album shit. He said, you know the one shit. He was he said, "Pursuit of happiness." He was like, "That's my joint or whatever." And so then he was like, "Yo, I don't really like going to party too much, man. Be too much laughing." And he was like, "All right,
Man.
it's time to go." He was like,
No, when that nigga start walking off and Kid Cudi started following him, bro.
yo, that shit was funny as
Let me
hell.
tell you something, man. That shit right there, bro. I don't know how nobody. Once again, bro, if you did not laugh at that, I don't understand you. That shit was funny. He said, "Hey, man," he was like, I think you should stay right here, man. It's a party going on. It's gonna be a lot of laughter. It was like I don't want you to be uncomfortable. I'm like, man, that shit was funny as hell.
That was hilarious. He's like, yo, man, there's a lot of people laughing over here, man. So you might want to just stay right where you at. And like
That
that
shit
whole
was
shit was
funny.
funny, man. And like I don't understand, man. Like because I know some of the shit was like super extra, like the whole Illuminati shit. Like don't get me wrong, that whole fucking like 10, 15 minutes, yes, super extra. But at the same time, like for it to go down, like for us to have,
I thought that part was funny,
yeah, like when they went in there and they had those displays and one of them said Kanye's jaw.
bruh. It had somebody kneecap or something in there, bruh. I'm like, it had Drake. Was it Drake's
Was it the wheelchair? No, it wasn't the wheelchair.
rhyme book? No, it was like Drake's rhyme book or
Yeah, I
some
think it
shit
was
like
his
that,
rhyme book.
bruh. I'm like, man, you talk about funny, bruh. That's the one. But
Hey,
I
when
don't. Go ahead.
when they got the when they got the cups and Kevin thought it was wine and he was like, man, what kind of wine
Oh.
is this? And Kid Cudi said that's not wine, that's blood. And he was like, drink it, nigga.
He said you gonna make him suspicious.
Hey, but that shit was hilarious, boy. Y'all is tripping. Yo, that shit
No,
was funny as fuck.
when he jumped that shit in the limo and the shit was staining his teeth, he was like, "Yeah, this that good Merlot." I'm like, nigga, that is not Merlot, boy.
Oh man, and then Cuddy came out, he came out there whooping ass and shit. And
Oh
I'm
man.
and he stabbed the dude in the shoulders. He said, ice, baby.
he said, man, it was like I felt like we just lost a friend, even though we kind of just met you. He was like, don't worry. He was like, they'll bring me back to life. He was like, I'm the fourth Cuddy. I was like, bro, that shit was actually funny, bro.
He said, I
That was
knew it.
fucking hilarious.
That was
Then
fucking hilarious.
no, the another funny part of this movie, bro. Another underrated funny part of the movie. When this nigga is about to play, um, when this nigga was about to play LeBron, and he was like, "Hey man," he was like, "You know what I'm saying?" He was like, "I play all the time." He was like, "Shit." He was like, "No." He took off his clothes and he was like, "Oh, this nigga don't know who he dealing with. I'm always prepared." And he walked over there to him. He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "I think I could beat him." He was like, "You know, so I play all the time at the rec." He was like, "Shit, I could have went to the league." He was like, "Yeah, I think I got it." He was like, "You ain't got a chance in hell." He was like, "Yeah, I know."
And that motherfucker said,
Hey, that
hey,
shit was fucking
he
comedy.
said, hey, he was like, hey, Kevin. He was like, hey, Kevin, let's do this, baby. He's like, what you think you're doing? I said, I play to win, nigga. Like, what you mean? He was like, he said, man, you know I could have went to the league, right? He was like, you high, right? He was like, yeah. And then he said, hey, freedom on three. 1, 2, 3, freedom.
Hey, bro. the fact that my nigga thought he really had a chance to beat LeBron. But I'm gonna say this too though. The setup was hilarious because he hit that first shot, and I was like, oh okay, they might actually make this a game. Man, that nigga missed and LeBron going crazy. I was like, oh man. I said that was a good turnaround. That was a hell of a turnaround because I was not expecting that. After he hit that
Yo,
first shot, bro, I didn't know what to expect.
yo, the bloopers is the all time, yo. This
Yeah,
motherfucker missed about 12 shots.
70 of them mugs. He was dunking everything, bro.
Hey, boy, that was so funny, man. Like to see him miss all of them shots and then like to hit the one, like, dude, they kept the camera rolling because that facial expressions that him and LeBron had, that was right after he just missed goddamn 12
Mm-hmm.
shots. And they had the real
Mm-hmm.
reactions on their face, like, about time, but god damn. Hey man, this movie is so funny, man. And then like I also like in the bloopers when they pulled the ring, like when
Yeah.
the three dudes took the ring out of there, he was like, yo, how much you think this ring is worth? And Rotimi said $600,373. It was just like they
That
said
shit was
numbers.
stupid.
And then my man looked at him, he was like, did you fart? He was like, yeah. Like, yo, these dudes are stupid, man. But I'm glad they put because the thing is, they don't show bloopers anymore, man. I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it has became like a lost art because the thing is that they would either put them at the end of movies or they would be like on the DVD joint. Thing is,
Mhm.
people don't buy DVDs no more, so it's
That's
like
true.
to put that at the end of the movie because I'm pretty sure there had to be a lot of bloopers, dude. So for them to
Yeah.
put that in there, I think that was very smart, dude, that because what it does is like once you see that and then you think about what you just saw and you're like, yo, that's crazy. Like I don't know why they cut out the one part when Melvin Gregg was in the car and he was like, yo, he said, I'm gonna pull your earlobes out through your ass. And then
Yo,
he was like,
that part was
he
crazy.
said, I'll pull your earlobes out through your ass, turn you inside out, Looney Tunes. Yo, that should have been in the movie, man. That one should have been in the
Absolutely.
movie, man. Cause that shit is
You know what
hilarious. I
though?
don't know what.
Um, they didn't. I don't think Melvin Gregg or Rotimi did a bad job in those roles either. I don't know who the other dude is, but he was to me he was the only one that I didn't think was like he didn't fit to me.
Well, he was Stab. You know what I'm saying? Stab wasn't like the other two brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like Stab was
Yeah, but
more.
they still were like kind of funny though. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't have no real like funny part to me.
I think his job was to play off of them though. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like he was the one who tried to act like he remind me of when Tommy was in Class Act, right? Like he
Mhm.
was the one, like he wasn't like quote unquote the funny one, but he tried to make himself to be like the smart one, the one to be in
Yeah.
control. Like that whole scene when they was in the wax museum,
Mhm.
and he was like, "Hey, that's Willie Nelson." He was like, "That ain't Willie Nelson. That's Colonel
That's Chuck
Sanders."
Woolery.
And it's just like, and it's like, yo, like you're wrong, man. Like you're not right.
Right.
But I think that's what his whole thing was. Like, they're just like when Rotimi walked up and he said the one thing first, he was like, yo, I got this. And then he repeats it. It's just like, I think like that was what his thing was to just play off of those two dudes because I think that they whole part was to be the funny ones. And like they were the ones to be
Mhm.
the funny ones and the goofy ones. Because when you think about all of Melvin Gregg's stuff, everything had to do with sort of some gay shit. And he was always talking about ass. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I think like that was the whole thing. And like Rotimi was just more of like the muscle dude that was just dumb as hell. Like he just
bro.
never.
When he walked in that motherfucker and started dancing, bro. Bro, that nigga. That's another one that you know what I'm saying. I like to see in shows and on film. I want to see him in a lot more comedic roles too. Because Rotimi is getting pretty good. He's getting real good.
I do. I think Melvin. I think Melvin Gregg. Like yeah, like we know him as Man Boy. You know what I'm saying? Even though he kind of, he had like his moments of saying funny shit, but it was all in seriousness. But
Mm-hmm.
like to really see him in this, like we really need to put this dude in more comedy movies, like for real. I don't know if he came up with
Well,
this shit by himself.
he that's where he kind of started too. That's why I said I thought it was dope that they were putting um I thought it was dope that they were putting the social media influencers in these movies because that's where he got his start too. He was doing comedy skits and stuff like that.
Man, that's what's up. He was, and like I say, like we don't know how much freedom these dudes had. Um,
Right.
which would be very interesting to hear because I think, what I'm saying, the dude that played Damon, like a lot of his shit was like just super funny. Even small shit like when he found out it was the Brown house and like
Mm-hmm.
he opened up the refrigerator, he said, "Yo, this is goat juice," and then he just drunk that shit. I was like, and no, when he had the jacket on, and he was like,
Yeah.
he took the jacket off. He said, "Man, get some of this greatness."
Man, nah, bro. That big ass suit, bro. You talking about fucking comedy, bro? That little ass nigga in that big ass suit jacket. He talking about this the one he wore to the this is draft suit. Like, come on, man. You know that ain't that
Yeah,
nigga draft suit. That
well,
motherfucker was big as shit, bro.
that was the whole point. Because when you go back and you look at it now, it looked like it was
Yeah,
that big. Because
that shit
that
was
was, but
crazy.
people don't understand. Like that's the way people used to wear suits back in 2003. Like
Yeah,
I had suits like that. You know what I'm saying?
shout
Like
out to Steve Harvey.
everything was big. Like man, the pants legs used to be so damn big it almost covered up your shoes
Yeah,
because
that's true.
that's just the way we wore everything back then. So I think that was the whole joke of like saying that LeBron is old for number one, but at the same time it's like yo, that's what we used to wear. And then the whole running joke that it was so big that he was able to make
Made three
three
suits.
suits. Well, he made three because he made the little girl one too.
Yep,
He was like that was
yep.
something left over. Like that was that shit was funny. Okay, let me ask you this though: what did you think about Venus? She comes in, you know what I'm saying? She wants to help. Vic gets high as hell. He can't DJ. And so we think the party about to be over. And then all of a
Hmm.
sudden, Cash Money taking over for the 99 in the 2000. Then come to find out, Juvenile's her uncle. Now, what did
Well,
you think about this shit?
I thought that was actually pretty cool because her setup. So when she was like, I got an uncle that tried music and what I'm saying for the longest, and what I'm saying he got to a point where he was comfortable, but she ain't never say like he made it or whatever. So I'm thinking because she talking about like music and what I'm saying in New Orleans, I thought she was saying like this nigga like did jazz or some shit like that. And then when Juvie came out, I was like, oh well, yeah, I forgot this nigga is from New Orleans. I forgot all about this. So I thought that was a pretty dope surprise, man. That was all right. I really wasn't mad at that. I enjoyed that. I actually thought that for the little time that she was on screen, she did pretty good. She did real good.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at what she did. Like she did pretty good. I like your boy. See, I know him from Dave. Well, my man that played Peter. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I
Andrew
like the part.
Santino.
Yeah, when he had came over and he was like, "Yo," he was like, "What's up?" I said, "You're going to jail." He was like, "My koala is high as a giraffe's vagina." He was like,
Bruh.
and this is what I, hey, yo, that shit was so funny. He was like, yo, look, I found these pills in his pouch. Hey, man. He was like, it's probably some crack in here, too. I was like, yo, this dude is crazy, but that shit was fucking funny. And then they put the cousin Mika on his ass. That's
Oh
wild.
man. No, I'm gonna tell you what was even funnier. When he was at the door, bruh, and he said, uh, he was saying something like, "Is the big guy here?" And he was like, "What you mean?" He was like, "Yeah, I just want to show him." What would he say? I just want to show him something. And he was about to lift his shirt. He was like, "Hey, hey, hey, man!" He was like, "You can't." He was like, "No, no, no, don't worry. I stopped doing that a long time ago, bruh." Just,
No, I like
just
that.
that
I like the outtakes.
was hilarious.
I like the outtakes because in the outtakes where he was like, "No, I don't do this anymore," and he lift up his shirt and he
Yeah,
was like, "It's just a jersey," and that wire was showing. He was like, "Yo,
yeah.
he's the feds." He took off running.
Yeah, that shit was funny though. I mean, like I said, man, I think this movie had a lot of funny movements. I mean moments. And to me, like I said, it's one of them ones that you can definitely rewatch. It's one of the ones you can definitely enjoy, and you know, even if it's one of those things where you not necessarily just looking forward to watching it. I think that even if you put it on, it's not gonna be something that you're gonna be disappointed at.
True. I think that if you think about like something you brought up at the very beginning, as far as the plot of this movie, it wasn't a good plot.
No,
Um, Kevin, he needs to get $10,000 to for his daughter to go to school. But then the thing is, like at the same time, they only mentioned it at the beginning of the movie that his parents was selling the house. Well, they sold the house and they was going to be out the house in 3 weeks because they bought a house in Daytona or whatever. And
right.
so, but he just keeps talking about how he needs 10 grand for his daughter's school, but he also didn't talk about the money that he need, to get a new spot or whatever. But it's
Hmm.
like, so it's really built around that. And then because they got fired from the job, because they got caught on camera smoking weed and dancing and humping trees and shit when they was
Which
high.
is wild, by the way.
Yeah, that is wild as fuck. And it's like, okay, so now we just gonna throw a house party at LeBron's house. It's like, I mean, y'all couldn't really come up with like because like the thing about house party, the
Hmm.
original, all it is, three friends, yo, mom dudes down south, way down south. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like all it was, yo, my parents gone. I'm throwing a house party while they gone. You know what I'm saying? But then like the backstory, even the backstory in the original house party was really better than this one. Cause you got kid who pops, you know what I'm saying, got him grounded because he got into a fight at school. So he don't supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? We don't know where Bilal parents was at. So that didn't even really matter. But it was just like the little bit of stories that was in between was better than the little stories in between in this one. Cause like
Yeah, that
I mean,
is
cause
true.
like you said, y'all don't think that LeBron's fucking iPad and computers is locked? How the fuck y'all get in there? How did y'all get his contacts? There's
Right.
no way this dude contacts are just gonna be just that visible. And then how do you think you're gonna throw a party? This is the part that tripped me out. How do you think you're gonna throw a party in LeBron's house and you think nobody's gonna tell him? You inviting famous friends. And you think they're not,
Yeah.
hey LeBron, like, and then with social media being what it is, you don't think nobody is, oh, we at this party at LeBron's house, I'm live in this bitch. Come on, man. Y'all think he
Yeah, that was
really
my
was
thing.
not
Like,
ever gonna find out?
yeah, you ain't. Well, the crazy part was him being on a retreat. You know what I'm saying? You would think that, especially the kind of retreat they said it was, he wouldn't have his phone and nothing. My thing is like, okay, it's LeBron's party or whatever. You don't want nobody posting that on social media though. That's stupid.
Man,
He gonna
it
eventually
that
find out. He might not have found out that night, But they'd have found out, and y'all still would have got caught.
Yo, his answer was funny as hell. He was like, "Yo, I thought you was on a retreat to for enlightenment for 2 weeks." He was
He
like,
said, "I'm the
"I got
goat."
enlightenment in a week. I'm the fucking goat." he was like, "Yeah, you got a point."
That shit is
But then,
hilarious.
like LeBron's stupid, man. Like I know he was like, "Yo, y'all gotta let me say I'm the goat in this movie. Like it's my movie." So nah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
part was crazy, but yeah, it was just like yeah, some of the plot shit. Yeah, I can understand how some people can kill that part, but I think the funny outweighs the plot. I think that
yeah.
this movie has so many funny moments to where the plot didn't even really matter that much
Right.
because at the end of the day, when you got yo, did you see in the bloopers when my man he couldn't say marsupial?
Oh man, you talking about Gator
Yeah.
Marsupial?
He said, "Get this marsupial out of here." I was like,
Yeah, he was like,
"What?"
get that marsupial out of here, man.
Hey, that
But
shit was funny.
I wonder if I wonder if some of the writers from the show Dave had anything to do with this because
Yeah,
Gator
it was two
and Andy
characters.
Santino, yeah,
Yep.
being in this was something. Um, I did hear though. I did hear that the writers of Atlanta had something to do with it, kinda.
You know what? Yes. Stephen Glover. He's one of the
Yeah,
writers of
Childish
Atlanta.
Gambino's brother.
Yep.
That's what's
He's
up.
one. Yep. He is one of the writers. Yep. So
Okay, I'm about to say because it was to me it was the Illuminati part was what made sense to me because that's some shit that would happen in Atlanta. Like they would be out and about doing some shit, and then they would eventually, you know what I'm saying, get to be in the fucking room with the Illuminati or the party where the Illuminati was.
yeah, because now that I've seen that, that does make sense. Because like Atlanta, it would be so many just weird off the wall. I mean, that's really all Atlanta was a show that's so off the wall. It's like anything that you wouldn't expect to happen would happen in the show Atlanta. And that's what
Yeah.
that whole Illuminati scene was just like it didn't like they found a way to tie it into the movie with the whole thing of like
Hmm.
the Illuminati has every ring, well not every ring, but they said most rings since such and such, such and such. So they was like they get a
Yeah.
duplicate of everything. So it was like I'm pretty sure you can find one of the rings in there. So to throw that in there to tie it all in together. And then I also didn't get, which I wish that they would have let us know at least what the
Hmm.
fuck that poem said that Cuddy gave LeBron. Like they never let us in on that. They never let us in on
And
that.
yeah, they definitely should have added that in.
Yeah, man. He just kept saying it was for LeBron eyes only, but they never let us know what it was. I wish they would have let us know what that was. But
Right.
like yeah, like I get the whole plot part isn't funny, but the whole scene, yo, like come on. You telling me because I need to get on here right now. All right. I need to get Maya's email. So you telling me all I need to do is to write a very intelligent, sweet, touching email, send it to Maya, and Maya just gonna show up to a party and say, I just gotta meet the person that wrote me this.
Hmm.
And now all of a sudden, you inviting this dude out, but he goes to save his friend because his friend is getting booed and he's dying in there. And then like I get the setup of being like, yo, this dude is laying in this room at the very beginning of this movie. He got a picture of Maya on the ceiling. You know what I'm saying? Her first album. You know what I'm saying? The album cover. Great album cover, by the way. But
Yeah.
that album cover is on his ceiling. So obviously, Maya's his biggest crush. He writes Maya
Hmm.
an email. Maya shows up to the party and say, "Yo, you want to get out of here?" He turns her down to save his friend that he just got into an argument with, and then Maya pops back up and say, "You got a really good one here because he turned me down to go out for drinks." And now all of a sudden this motherfucker go to jail for 4 months and get out, and you telling me Maya's waiting for him? Come on,
I
man.
mean, I wasn't mad at that.
Come
I
on.
wasn't mad at that at all. I mean, to me, that was a great ending to a movie. My man, my man got what he deserved, man. He finally came to his senses, took one for the team, and you know, he got his reward. I mean, and who wouldn't want that reward?
I mean, I mean, come on. I mean, and then like the whole thing of like he kept trying to get up on Mika, and that was funny
Hmm.
because hey, hey, when he asked Kevin, he's like, "Hey Kevin, where your car keys at? I need to make a store run." And she was like, "And you ain't got no car either." And then so then he got out the pool, and she was like, he was like, "That's why your Instagram followers are fake." And she was like, "Yep, and you one of them."
That shit was crazy, bro.
Yeah, and then he just happened to find the keys to the Lamborghini and shit.
Bro,
Yo,
when that nigga was talking about, yeah, you know what I'm saying, we just, you know what I'm saying, LeBron house chilling, you know what I'm saying, got Meek in the back. He said, nigga, are you recording me? He was like, oh no, it's not. I was like, man, this nigga's a fool, bro.
oh man, yeah, like like you're right, dude. He definitely having back surgery right now, but because he definitely carried
Absolutely.
this shit. Because I'm telling you, dude, I said this to you when we was talking off air. Like DC, it wasn't really no like yeah, like the one shit about time traveling, but really other than that, he didn't really have like you know what I'm saying those funny moments. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Like for DC to be as funny as he is,
Hmm.
like he didn't have like free reign with this movie. So
Well, I think too, you know what I'm saying, the fact that he is not necessarily established, but he's had his time in movies. And even though it's never been something as big as this, with the stuff that I've seen him in, I don't really see him being like the main guy or having like a lot of time in it. Like I said, like now if he was with them for most of the time, I wouldn't have been mad at that. Cause I would have liked to see how they, you know what I'm saying, how they would do with their chemistry back and forth. But outside of that, um, just like his role, I think for what it was or what it was worth, I think he did a pretty good job.
I mean, he was the main character in Ha Ha too. Him
I
and
mean,
Yachty,
yeah, but that wasn't really
like a
you know
blockbuster
what I'm saying,
film,
like
basically.
a feature film. Yeah, that wasn't like a
Yeah.
feature film. That was more so him getting a chance, you know what I'm saying, just at a movie. I do think that it sucks that everything that he's been a part of, like as far as like major has been remakes. I think that's trash.
Well, I mean, he was in oh, not this Christmas. What's the other one? We did it.
Almost Christmas. No, it wasn't
Almost
almost
Christmas.
Christmas, but
Yeah, it was. I think. I think it was almost Christmas.
yeah.
But even in that, like, I mean, as far as like talking time, I mean, DC might have said maybe 20 words. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he only
Like,
had a few lines.
yeah, like he didn't say much in that. But I mean, yeah, but all the other movies that he was really like a part of, I mean, it was very
They
small
pretty much
scenes.
just
It,
been
it wasn't a
small. Yeah,
lot.
it's been small roles.
Yeah, other than How High 2, he was the main guy in that. So I mean, oh yeah, and he was also in The Trap. But
Hmm.
but yeah, I
Which I mean,
mean,
that really wasn't. a major one either, but I wouldn't
Nah, it
mind seeing
wasn't.
him in more stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think he has the talent to do some things outside of what we've been seeing so far.
True. It was wild that, you know what I'm saying, Bill Bellamy on there had a real quick, you know what I mean? Which I thought, I mean, even though he was only in it for a second, first
Yeah.
of all, his wife was weird as hell. That's number one. But but for like the only part that Bill Bellamy really said was like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying, me and your mama about to be naked living down in Daytona Beach, and he asked him to lend him the money. He was like, man, I ain't had nobody offering to give me money when I was your age. He said, don't let
Right.
this house fool you. He said, most of the shit you see in here we got from the riots, ain't they right, baby? I was like, okay.
Yeah, but see, like
But
even though he older, I still don't look at him as like no old man.
nah, not at all. But
So
it's
like
crazy
to
to
me,
think though, like
that's what was weird.
it is, but damn, dude, you gotta think about Bill Bellamy. Yo, Bill Bellamy was born in
He almost
'65,
like
my guy.
60. He is
Like,
65.
but he was born in '65,
Oh,
dude. My
born in
mom's my
65.
mom was born in '60, dude. Like,
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but even still, like he don't seem like. I mean, I don't know. Maybe because everything that I've seen Bill Bellamy in is always been like this like these youthful roles.
yeah,
So he don't
dude,
seem like a somebody daddy for real.
dude, him and Jamie Foxx. I think Jamie Foxx was born in '65 too. I think, but
Yeah, but Jamie Foxx
we
has
don't
played
look at
Ray,
them
so
like
he
that.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But even though we don't with Jamie Foxx, he has like when he's playing somebody's dad, it's like somebody that's like 12 or 13, not a nigga that's 26. You know what I'm saying?
True. True, but even then, he could have just had him early. You know what I'm saying? When he was like 15 years old, some shit.
That
But
is
like,
true. That is true.
but yeah, but Bill Bellamy and Jamie Foxx aren't people that we look at and think that they was born in the '60s, yo. It's just like
Right.
they don't look it, they don't act it, they don't dress it. It's just something that don't really come to mind to us.
Yeah.
But even though it was really small, I mean, it wasn't really a huge scene. But I I don't I don't know if I think that when we think about remakes, I think for some odd reason, even though the thing with Hollywood, right, and we talked about this before, is that there aren't a lot of new ideas. So we either getting remakes or we getting, reboots, or we getting um more continuous stories like they doing, like, I think if I'm not mistaken, the seventh screen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're getting a lot of the same movies, right? And it's like even though we're getting the same movies, I think that people want the same exact format. And it's like, yo,
Right.
this movie is 30 years old. Like, no. Like you need to evolve with the times. And I think that what they tried to do is they tried to evolve with the times, but at the same time they tried to pay the movies homage while doing that. I
Hmm.
think you came up with a great idea. Instead of like, so the only time we saw Kid and Play was at the Illuminati place, and we saw them for I'm talking about if you would have blinked, you missed it.
Yeah.
It would have been dope if they would have did one of their songs, or they would have freestyled or something in
Hmm.
there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they did. And I mean, they did that in that. They did it in Class Act, like they rappers. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it would have been nice
Well, they
that.
tried to they tried to do that with Remember when Damon was about to get up there and rap, and
What? No,
then
he never. He just played his beat, and that was it.
no, that's what I'm saying. He was about to get up there and rap, and then right before he did it, you know what I'm saying, Juvenile walked in. So I mean, like it wasn't like they didn't at least have something to do with the music industry.
Yo, it was so funny the way they started. With Jacob Latimos in it. What the fuck is he doing? But then once he played the beat, like, all right, okay, I see what you're doing now. But like, you have no idea why this dude is making these sounds. It's like, yo, like, what the fuck is this dude doing? And then once, like, he, you know what I'm saying, he added it to the beat, and it's like, oh, okay, I get you now. And then it showed the whole thing of like him being nervous to play his beat because they had the one dude that was in the wood coming there and say, man,
Oh
y'all need
my
to turn this
god,
trash ass beat off.
that shit was
Feels like I got customers.
comedy. That shit was hilarious, bro. He is like, man, he said, hey, turn this trash ass music off, man. Bro, the look on that nigga's face, bro. Oh my god, I can only imagine, bro. You don't put your heart and soul into this, man. You don't spend your time making this. You feeling it. You think this shit goes crazy. Mm-mm.
Hey,
That shit gotta
man.
hurt.
Yeah, that had to hurt. And then all of a sudden they played at the party, and Big Sean just happened to be there with Hit Boy.
Yeah, and like it.
Yeah. And then he sold the beat to him. Like, okay. First of all, why do you need to sell a beat to Hit Boy? Hit Boy don't need to buy a beat from anybody. I
Right.
didn't understand that part, but okay. And I guess Hit Boy, yo, speaking of Hit Boy, I'm sorry, this is related. Yo, you heard that new joint he got with Alchemist?
Where Alchemist rapping?
Yeah, and he rapped over his beat, and they rapped over each
Yeah.
other's beats.
I
Yo,
heard a
that
little
shit
bit
was
of it. I ain't
fire,
heard the whole thing yet, but yeah, I
man.
heard it's a lot going on around that too. You know, Hitmaker got dissed by Hit Boy.
Yeah,
So
he did, and he did more than Hitmaker too. Like he
yeah, I
was
know.
going
But I know
in.
Hitmaker the only one that's making noise about it though.
Yeah, but like the thing is, I like both of them. The thing about
Mm-hmm.
Hitmaker, first of all, I hate him as a person. Maybe I shouldn't say that. It ain't that I hate him as a person. I just don't like him as a person.
Yeah.
Like he like just his energy, his vibe, everything about him I don't like. Now, granted, what I do like about him is he's great at flipping certain songs. Cause all he
Right.
do is take R&B songs from the '90s and flip that shit, which is not a
Yeah.
bad idea because there was a lot of great music back then. And he takes like songs that were big. You know what I'm saying? Like that joint he did with Jeremiah, where they flipped the All I Ask of You by Raphael Sadiq. That shit was
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
But Hitmaker got yo, okay. Oh my God. I know you ain't heard it, but listen. You know Hitmaker did Music Soul Child whole album that just dropped this past Friday.
Uh-uh.
Fire. But you know I'm a
I'm
Music
gonna have to
Soul
check it
Child
out.
guy. You know I'm a Music Soul Child guy anyway. And then
Yeah.
but Hit Boy did the whole album, all 10 songs. So I'm fucking with that. Best album I heard this year, even though it's the only new album I heard this year. But that ain't the point. But the fact that like Hitmaker and Big Sean is just there, and then he just like, oh man, you know what? This is because like Hitmaker was like, not Hitmaker, but Hit Boy was like, why are they playing a beat at a party? like what is it? What is he doing? And then Big Sean was like, yo, I'm kind of feeling that shit. But
Right.
yeah, that was crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of extra shit in here. There was a lot of shit that just, you know what I'm saying? Like my man was saying, like a lot of shit in here was cap. But then
Yeah.
like the whole thing of like they replaced the ring. So my man busted the glass out and then say, yo, it works every time. But so you got this busted ass glass. You replace the ring and then you put this bloody note in there, in which we never seen LeBron go in there and get the note. I don't know how he had the note at the fucking piano when he was playing the piano. I don't know how he got the
Right.
damn note. But you just set the ring back in there neatly and set the note in front of it like the glass ain't busted. Like, okay, like whatever. We're just gonna let that slide. But
Yeah.
but yeah, like plot wise, yeah, it was some holes in the story. But you want to talk about like if y'all trying to get a good laugh, you know what I'm saying, to have like a good time, this shit was funny. I mean, it was hilarious. Like we didn't go through like everything, but it's a lot of funny moments in this.
I agree. I definitely agree, man. So you ready to get into the fire flames?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do this.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
All right, man. So what you giving this joint, bro?
Okay, so how do I want to say this? If this movie, like I said in the beginning, if this was just like, yo, party promoters, you know what I'm saying? And just
Mm-hmm.
it being what it is, it's just like, okay, I would give it a little bit of a higher rating. But, with the plot being what it is, it was a lot of cameos in here. I like how Odell Beckham was like when Demond looked at the floor and saw that crack in the floor and said, "Oh, this could be dangerous," and then he put a rug over that shit, and then later, fucking like Odell Beckham wanted to go dance, and then
Oh
his
man.
trainer or whatever was like, "No, you can't go out there," and then this phone could go anyway, and he fell through that hole. Yo, that shit was, and then Wayne popped out and said, he did," but even though that was from Rush Hour, so they stole that from Rush Hour,
Yeah.
but man, you know what? Since everybody else want to bash this shit, fuck that shit, man. I'm gonna give this shit a 4, man, because like you said, this is something I'm definitely. I've already now watched it twice, and it's a lot of funny moments. I'm glad that somebody like Ha Ha Davis was able to to jump in there real quick. To me, he reminded me of like a Ezel type of character. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like the little tiny moments that he got, he kind of reminded me of Ezel trying to sell shirts. But
Right.
but yeah, man, I'm gonna give this shit a 4, man, because this shit was hilarious to me. I'm sorry, it got a lot of funny moments, and I think they did their thing on this.
I agree, man. So for me, like I said, I thought it was pretty funny. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't mind, what I'm saying, seeing some other movies of them, what I'm saying, possibly like in the range of like maybe a second one, what I mean, where they actually don't have to worry about so much shit where it's just at this point just hijinks and they ain't gotta worry about nobody like house being fucked up or nothing like that, or just like a party go bad. I wouldn't mind seeing
Mhm.
that. The cast was great. Like I said, I enjoyed seeing um all the social influencers, what I'm saying, kind of get some shine. I think that, like I said, those guys work super, super hard at what they do, and to get the acknowledgement and shit that they get, and to finally get a chance to, you know, be represented on the big screen is super dope. Um, Besides, what I'm saying, like the plot and shit like that, um, I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. It was a lot of funny moments in there. It was some things that what I'm saying, could have possibly been changed, but for the most part, it wasn't that bad. I'm giving it a 3.5.
Okay, I ain't mad at that at all. One notch below what I got.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, man, it was still pretty good. It was pretty decent. So I'm not really, too mad at it. I think that they did a great job, especially for a lot of them, because I don't even think a lot of them had um any, what I'm saying, like real movie um
Oh man, we not lost them. Um, but yeah, I feel what he's saying. I just don't think that this movie. Oh, we got him back. We got him back.
There
What you
we
were
go. There
saying?
we go. Now I was saying, I don't think a lot of them had any real movie experience. I know, for the most part, they do a lot of acting and stuff because they do skits and stuff like that, which kind of, to me, I feel like prepared them. But outside of that, man, I enjoyed it. It had a lot of funny moments. So I would like to see a follow up with this, man. Let's go ahead and get into the coming soon, bro.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
All right. So what we got next, man?
Man, y'all know what it is, man. The second episode of the week, man, until the season is over. You know what I'm saying? We got Snowfall. This will be episode 5. So, coming off of, I felt like what we said the last episode, that episode 4 was like, might have been the best episode so far, even though it's only
Mm-hmm.
4. But like it was a lot went down. Um, you had some very great points, man. You brought up something. You actually brought up something I missed. Like when they was at the accountant joint, and
Yeah.
that dude was in the car and he said something about the agency. I missed that
Mm-hmm.
shit. And then the fact that you think that V ain't even pregnant, I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
I definitely don't now. I really think, what I'm saying, like I said, they got something to do with the FBI, and I wouldn't be surprised if we find out that you know, they are affiliated.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be interesting to see. So for y'all Snowfall fans, you know what I'm saying, we hitting y'all with episode 5 on our second episode of the week. So stay tuned to that.
Yes, indeed, man. I cannot wait. This I know last season people were saying some stuff. I think this season, as far as the writing is going, they doing a great job. The acting, of course, has always been good, so that's not really what I'm saying, the thing. But I'm enjoying this shit, man.
Me too.
I'm really
Me too.
enjoying it. I can't wait to see what they got in store. So man, that's that. So far, so good, man. I think we holding it down, man. We doing pretty good out here in these streets. So if you guys enjoyed it, if you guys liked it, didn't like it, or what I'm saying, if you thought the movie was horrible or whatever, hit us up on social and let us know. We'll be happy to hear from you guys. Um, you can find us on Instagram and Twitter at ViewAnonPod. You can find us on Facebook at VA Pod Watch Group. Um, as for myself, you can find me on Twitter at Scoots Bronson. Feel free, to hit us up, talk to us, and all that good stuff. We'll be looking forward to what you guys have to say.
And y'all can find me at s.foster8 on Instagram and on Twitter at 28 minutes or less pod. That's just on IG. Follow the podcast, new episode alert, episode 117. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it had to be, man. I had to go over to Luther, the fallen son, man. When I tell you it it ended up meeting my expectations, man. I thought it was really good. Um Please go check out the episode. I did give you a rundown of what's going on so you can understand some of the little nuggets that they put into the movie if you never watched the series. So I gave a little, you know what I'm saying, a little explanation, from episodes, well, season 1 through episode 5 or whatever, whatnot. I mean, I didn't go through everything, but I gave you the most important details that made sense when it came to the movie. You know what I'm saying? So go
Mm-hmm.
check out the new episode of 28 Minutes or Less, 117, which is Luther, the Fallen Son. But that's all I got.
That's what's up, man. So y'all make sure y'all go check that out. Make sure, what I'm saying. If you are if you new to the pod, what I'm saying, go back and check out our back catalog. If you're hearing this for the first time, please hit that subscribe button. Make sure you share the podcast with a friend or two. That would definitely be helpful. And leave a, what I'm saying, review or a comment on it if you haven't already. And you know, thank you guys very much. You know what I'm saying? Without the support, we couldn't be doing this. You know what I'm saying? This is for the fans and it's from fans. So y'all make sure, what I'm saying, y'all continue to show that love and until the next episode, like they say in Hollywood, man, that is a wrap.
Cut.